Hi, welcome back to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie. I'm your guide into the world of the Chinese language and culture. And we will begin with reviewing what we learned yesterday. It's my 21 episode. I've been, doing this for a daily release, and it's quite a commitment. I hope I spend the time and somebody can benefit from this and learn the Chinese way of expressions and also Chinese old way, some of the old way of living. So yesterday we learned 失而复得. So that simply means you lost something, but you regained, you get it back. Kind of like a lost and found. Today we're going to continue with the word 复. 日复一日. 日复一日 is actually a pretty simple expression, and I find this is the closest, like when Chinese say something versus when English express something, they're kind of highly overlapped in this expression because we have day after day, right? So we have day, repeat, day. And here we have 日复一日. Okay, we put the e there. Normally, we don't have the numericals digit in the middle of the expression, especially when it's one. It's like nothing really signified there. If you have like a 3,000 or 300, means a lot. That makes sense. But you have e here, that basically means nothing. It's just another day. But here, because Chinese like to compose this 4-character phrases. So when we do missing one, we grab article, which is harmless and doesn't add anything, but it make it into 4. 日复一日. So we know this box with the horizontal line in the middle simply means the sun. But the box without a horizontal means mouse. Okay, figure. Because I guess probably because mouth is more like daily, like you see it up and close in front of your face. So that's like, okay, we use the box for mouth, but instead of using it on the sun, right, on the celestial body on the sky. And also the sun has some energy, emitting from it, coming at you. So I guess this one horizontal line just to signify their energy over there in the middle. Don't look at it. Okay, that's my interpretation. So 日, and then we have, day after day, right? And the 复, we had it before. That means you're walking. You walk what you walked on before. So that's repeat. And this is 一. So we know like Chinese 一二三, 一二三, just simple like that. Count 1, 2, 3. And I hope one day we'll meet 4 pretty soon. So you don't wonder like how Chinese 4 is written. Okay, that's the lesson for the day. This is bonus material. And I want to show you the difference in Chinese day counting, like how we mark our time. We actually mark it from the year in the front, year, month, day. So we have bigger unit to smaller unit sequence instead of it, like if you think about English, which doesn't go logically from bigger to small. Actually, it goes from months, right? Like this will be December 1st, 2021. So you have a month, day, and year in the end. Not logical, not in the good sequence. And it got a lot of people trouble, like when they do their business, when they save their folders, right? If they save it as January, written as January, figure, like that alphabetic order will throw your folder sequence off. So always good practice. This is something else as data management, is to store your information year in the front, month in the middle, day, the last digit, last 2. So this actually is, standard data management, how to say, date stamp. So date stamp will always come like this because it's the most logical one. If you want to sequence anything, it will come exactly in that sequence. So we know 日 is an image of the sun, and 月 is an image of the moon, is a crescent moon with kind of this shape, right? And then you have two lines in the middle to differentiate from the sun. And also the two lines, to me, it could be the moon kind of semi-hidden, covered by the cloud. So that middle section is, it's behind the cloud. And then 年, okay, this word also came from an image, but it's a much more complicated image. 年 to Chinese agriculture-based culture back then simply means 1 year of harvest is done. So that's the closure of the year when you're harvested for a year's worth of labor. You got something back, right? So that's the image of that. You can see the original kind of painting, almost like of like you have the crops on the top. That is a crop signifier. You have crops on the top. Somebody is carrying and walking with the crops on the back. So that means the act of harvesting. So once it's harvest, your year is done. So that's our 年月日. Remember that, 年月日. And when Chinese, we ask, what's the date today? We often ask, what's the 年月日? So that's our, concept of what's the date. So we do have year, month, day, that sequence. And that to us is how we mark our time. And okay, so 日复一日, simply day after day. As I said, it's highly overlapped with the English expression. And here I show you the picture of, contemporary people's imagination of the old lifestyle of, I would say 100 years ago. Like this year is 2021. I can totally see in 1921, this was still practiced, is that every town has like a designated person who carry out this job of walking along the streets when, there was no nightlife back then, right? There was no electricity, whatever, right? Old way of living back then. So after the sun sets down, when it's dark, people stay at home mostly. And then this night walker, I would call it, night walker will keep time for everybody. So what he does is he had this bamboo kind of a drum thing that he would knock on. So it's a bamboo soft sound. And then he have this cribble thing, like a metal disc, like he also hit on, which is louder, more jarring sound. And he would do this. So we have 5 nighttime markers. Each one is 2 hours apart. So you can say, Chinese nighttime is 10 hours total. So from 7 to 8, we call it 一更. So the first 更 is this, segment of nighttime. 一更. So this guy will bang on this bamboo thing and twang on the metal thing. And then if it's a two, it's from 9 to 10, it will bang bang, twang twang, right? And then 3, it's 11 to 12, midnight. So that's the darkest time, right? Dong dong dong, bong bong bong, and 4, dong 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 dong, bong 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 bong, and then 5 is okay. So this is 1 to 2, 4, and then the 5 is 3 to 4. So it will be 5 sounds, dong 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 dong, bong 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 bong. By that time, like most people are fast asleep, right? And by 5 o'clock, no more of this. Why? Because people back then sleep early, rise up early. So by 5 o'clock, when the sun comes out, they're already like rose up and started their daily activity. So that's the nighttime keeper. And that's how the hotel, while they're sleeping, if somebody happened to not sleep and want to know the time, that's how he hear it in the air. This night keeper will announce it, tell everybody this. And I mean, I'm not sure people would be interrupted by their sleep of this, loud metal sound, but definitely in the bamboo, I can live with it. I can imagine that. So that's our old way of living and timekeeping. I hope you enjoy it and how our lives changed. While I was preparing for this episode, I was thinking like when that was. And it turned out that just within 100 years, we have this drastic change of lifestyle. And now I'm broadcasting here on YouTube to share with the world this disappeared way of living when we have night walkers walk the night for you and telling you the time. When we went to bed, I mean, early enough and got up at 5 o'clock. So hope you enjoyed the show and see you another day after day.